My name's Susan Nylon, and I'd like to say thank you for having me today. I'm your MC for this morning. Cooper Levy-Baker, my partner in crime, will be here this afternoon to take over when I have to leave. I'm the host of the Nylon Report on WSRQ, and this is my third year emceeing this event, and I say I'm really thrilled. Thank you. The reason I like doing it is because I love to measure the progress of the community here today and to see all the different things that have been accomplished, as difficult as it is in the state of Florida. When you don't have a legislature or a governor that is very supportive of what you do, I have to commend how strong you are, that you continue on ignoring all the obstacles and accomplish all the things that you've done. Especially, I'd like to make note that this is the first time in my history, and I've been in Sarasota since 1972, that we actually have a solar amendment that I'm really proud of to be on the ballot. And Bill Johnson, what's the name of it since you're back there? I know, you shouldn't have waved. Oh, all right, let's call it Floridians for Solar Choice. I'm sure you guys all know about it, but I'm going to call attention to it because there's a second solar amendment going to be on the ballot, and it looks just like this one. So it's really important that you differentiate the two, because this one is going to allow us more independence and more opportunity for solar on the roof. They've got petitions in the back, so make sure everybody signs them. All right, now to the script. This morning agenda includes discussions on a number of topics that I know you'll find interesting and useful to you and your communities. First, we want to thank our sponsors for the generous support of today's workshop. Our media sponsor is the Herald Tribune. The gold level sponsor is Florida Power and Light. The silver level sponsors is Region Solar, Waste Management, Brilliant Harvest, and Sarasota Bay Estuary Program. Our bronze level sponsors, Johnson Control, and our fiscal level sponsors, Friends of Charlotte Harbor Estuary. And that's it. What a great lineup, and I want to say thank you so much for supporting the communities. If you are active on social media, please feel free to post throughout the day. The hashtag for the workshop is hashtag SCW15. Speakers are welcome to mention their Twitter handles when they come up, and don't forget to keep the conversation going online as well. And I know it's really popular to do it because I usually do it every time, and my feed is a flurry all day long, so it's really nice to be able to have it. And I know Lee Hayes does really well with gathering all that and then producing something afterwards so we can see it. But it's important to get the message out, so I do encourage everyone to do it throughout the day. I won't slap you on the hand for looking at your cell phone during this. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the chair of Sarasota County, who will give the opening remarks. Commissioner Carolyn Mason first became interested in the workings of our local government in 1983 when she was hired by the city of Sarasota. After working with the city for 10 years, she went on to work with the community agencies like Girls Incorporated, Goodwill Industries, and Salvation Army. Still wanting to do more for her community, she ran for and was elected to the Sarasota City Commission in March of 1999, serving as mayor twice during her tenure. In 2008, she was elected as a city commissioner in District 1. She served as the chair of the Sarasota County Commission in 2013 and 2015. Carolyn is a native Sarasotian, a well-respected member of her community, an active member of her church, and a devoted mother and grandmother. She loves writing, poetry, and fishing. Please welcome, it's like the dating game. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Carolyn Mason.
Thank you, Susan. Good morning. Let me say something before I get started, before I forget it. Susan talked about you all ignoring roadblocks. And when I think about roadblocks, I think about speed bumps. And in government, speed bumps, we install them in neighborhoods to slow down the traffic. You can get over them. You can get over them, but you just have to slow down. So don't slow down to a complete stop. Just remember that they're designed to slow you down, and sometimes you just need to think about, how do I, in my neighborhood we have two and they are obnoxious, but we did it to slow people down because we have a lot of children in our neighborhood, and so you can get across it. You just have to think a little sometimes about, okay, now you know what I do? I get in the middle, because there's a little split, and one wheel goes through that middle and the other one goes across the speed bump. It works. Good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 10th annual Sarasota County Sustainable Communities Workshop. 10 years, that's a long time. I think you all ought to give yourselves a hand. Today, we're here to discuss progress and goals for building communities that are economically, environmentally, and socially healthy and resilient. As in past years, this event is a true partnership among Sarasota County and 8 other organizing partners, and a great testament to local leadership on this issue. Beginning with the grant from the U.S. Department of Energy in 2006, Sarasota County and our partners have been bringing together incredible speakers at these workshops to inform and inspire our community on a variety of issues. The first workshop focused on sustainable transportation. Other workshops' themes addressed home retrofits, water management strategies, and the green community, the green economy. The theme of this year's workshop is learning from our past, charting our future. And you know, that's an interesting theme. We can apply that, I can, in a lot of walks in my life, and I think most of you would agree with me on that. Celebrating the 10th anniversary of this workshop is an opportunity to reflect on what has been accomplished over the last 10 years, how we can learn from the past and chart our sustainable future over the next 10 years. And with my experience in politics, that's a good idea. Learning from the past. Oh my, and charting our future. That seems interesting. Today, you'll hear from both local and national speakers sharing best practices on the natural environment, water, energy, built environment, health, social equity, food, and economic development. You will have an opportunity in the afternoon to come together and develop your own solutions. We value your input. This is a great opportunity to identify shared priorities for future action. We often hear the importance of solid waste reduction strategies. Since a vote to adopt mandatory recycling in 1991, Sarasota County's residents and businesses have continued to embrace recycling. In 2014, nearly 53% of the total waste collected within the county was recycled, the second highest traditional recycling rate of any Florida county. With the momentum behind Eat Local Week in October, it's clear that local healthy food is also a priority. Sarasota County now has 8 community gardens, 46 school gardens, a growing number of farmers markets, and increasing interest in gardening classes. Sarasota's come a long way since I was born in 1950. I'm not ashamed. It's public record anyway. In 2006, Sarasota County was the first county in the nation to accept the American Institute of Architects 2030 challenge to design new buildings to be carbon neutral. using no fossil fuel energy to operate by 2030. In addition, the county adopted an energy management action plan in 2008, outlining its plan to reduce energy and water consumption in existing county buildings and setting a goal to reduce energy use by 20% from 2005 levels. At the end of fiscal year 2014, the county had achieved a 12% reduction in the energy use of its buildings. This is the result of significant investments in energy retrofits as well as employee engagement. Now, I think you ought to be tired of hearing me talk, and so I'm going to end with this. The measure of success for this workshop is not how many people attend. It's how many lives you impact when you pass along the knowledge and ideas that will come as a result of your being here. Thank you, and enjoy the workshop.
Thank you, Commissioner Mason, and I also appreciate the fact that you help keep Sarasota on the top of the community in sustainability. Okay, let me explain how we handle our question and answer session. Throughout the workshop, we will leave 10 minutes at the end of each panel for questions and answers. There are Q&A cards that are located on your table. You can, if you grab one and hold one up. If you need one, raise your hand and we'll bring them to you. As you're listening to the presentations, please use the cards to note any questions that you have for the speakers. When you have finished the question, hold it up, we'll come and collect it. And at the end of the session, I'll read the questions and ask the speakers to respond. Please note on your card who the question is for and your name in case we have to clarify something. Our keynote speaker this morning is Cade Benfield. His speech is titled People Habitat, Thoughts for Greener, Healthier Communities. Cade is one of the nation's foremost authority on how to make cities, towns, and neighborhoods work better for both people and the environment. He serves as a senior counsel for the environmental strategies at Placemakers LLC, a city and town planning consultancy working across the United States and Canada. Based in Washington, D.C., Cade is also a senior advisor to the National Resources Defense Council, where he served as a program director for more than 20 years, one of my favorite groups, by the way. And he teaches law, policy, and best practices for sustainable communities at George Washington University School of Law. A longtime leader of Smart Growth Movement, Cade co-founded LEAD for Neighborhood Development, a national process for defining and certifying smart green land development under the auspices of the U.S. Green Building Council. Cade is also a founder and board member of Smart Growth America, a nation coalition working on revitalizing cities, building better neighborhoods, and stopping the spread of suburban sprawl. Cade was named, this is a good resume, Cade was named one of the most influential people in sustainable planning and development by the Partnership for Sustainable Communities. And Cade is a prolific writer whose portfolio spans several books and frequent articles for the Huffington Post, Sustainable Cities, Atlantic Cities, and more. His latest book, People Habitat, 25 Ways to Think About Greener, Healthier Cities, is distributed by Island Press. Please give a warm welcome to Cade Benfield.